I said it in my last preview and I'm going to say it again. The amount of information that we have gotten in the last chapters of One Piece is astonishing. Cue the intro. So, in this chapter, we learn that both the cat and the dog, the Duke and Nekomamushi, have sailed with Roger on his ship before. They haven't gotten to the raft tail, but they have sailed with Roger. Then we find out that the long process, the compasses that Nami has on her braces, they point to an island where the last poneglyph is at, and it is at that island that every pirate that reaches that island learns about the Wano civilization, that they were the builders of the poneglyph. They learn about the history and everything that Luffy and the others already know. And the Duke even says, you going to the last island is kind of redundant. I mean, you should go there because it's a great journey, but you already know the things you need to know. The things that you would have learned in the last island, you already know. You know the legend and you know everything. So that makes the trip redundant. It seems that Roger himself, when he reached that last island, he changed his entire perspective on the world and he changed his shipping routes, his goals. But that's not the only information that we got, not by a long shot. We find out that Nekomamushi and the Duke are friends with Marco the Phoenix, and they want to go find Marco the Phoenix if he's still alive in order for him to join their efforts in freeing the Wano country and defeating Kaido. And they are saying that if he's still alive, because apparently after the Whitebeard War, the remaining captains of Whitebeard wanted to take vengeance on Blackbeard, and there was the Payback War. So this war was named the Payback War, and it was a year ago. This whole thing happened a year ago, where the commanders from Blackbeard's crew attacked from Whitebeard's crew attacked Blackbeard, and Blackbeard defeated them all. He annihilated the remaining force of Whitebeard, and now the commanders, including Marco, are unknown. Their position is unknown, and they have to search for Marco to help them in Wano country. But that's not even half of it. We find out that they are splitting up. Nami, Luffy, Brook, and Chopper are going to Big Mom, and the rest of them are going to the Wano country. So Nami, Luffy, Brook, and Chopper, and it's clearly that Brook was coming, but because Brook knows something about the Vinsmoke family, because his age says it. But Nami and Chopper, in fact Chopper is coming because Peckham's is ill and he has to take care of Peckham's. But Nami, I don't understand her. Nami feels guilty that Sanji has left under her watch. Who knows? Maybe Nami and Sanji, maybe, whatever. But the fact is that they are going to Big Mom, and Robin specifically requests that if they find a poneglyph in Big Mom Island, then they should make a copy of that poneglyph. And so they are going to try to make a copy of the red poneglyph that Big Mom has. Just when they were talking, Jack starts attacking Zunisha. Then Zunisha, the elephant, starts crying, and the only one who can understand that cry is Luffy. Luffy hears a voice, just like he did with the Sea Kings when he was destroying Joy Boy's arc. So Luffy is the second time it is hinted that he can hear the voice of everything, just as Goldie Roger. So it was amazing, an amazing chapter, and the amount of information was stupendous. There was one more thing that I categorized as a joke, but it could be much more than a joke. I don't know. I leave it up to you. When Momonosuke actually says, I have met Roger also. And Usopp says, Roger has been dead for 20 years. Who are you lying to? Who are you confusing him with, kid? So maybe that was a joke on Momonosuke's part, that he was trying to be brave to show himself as a strong warrior or something, that he also meet with Roger, and maybe he just made it up, which I think it's the case, or maybe Roger is not dead. There are theories, One Piece theories, which state clearly that Roger himself is not dead, and even Whitebeard on his deathbed said that Teach, the man Roger is waiting for, is not you. So that would imply, if he said that, then that would imply that Roger is still alive, because how else could he be waiting for someone? I don't know, maybe this is a hint that Roger is not dead, maybe it's just a joke, take it as you want. But the chapter was amazing, and now we can see the strings as they intersect each other, because now they are going to go search for Marco. And who else is searching for Marco? The guy that I can't remember his name, that says that he's Whitebeard's kid, that he is currently defeating Whitebeard's commanders. He's searching for them and he's defeating them, and he wants to find Marco, and now he's coming after Luffy. Something with Wallow or whatever. You know the guy I'm talking about. They will intersect with him as they search for Marco. Luffy and Nami, Chopper and Brook are going to Big Mom to save Sanji. The rest of the crew is going to Wano. So everything is starting to intersect. I don't know where Shanks is going to be in all of this, because apparently the Duke and Nekomamushi also know Shanks, because they were confusing Shanks with Luffy because of the straw hat. And of course they look similar when they were younger. But before they get to all that, they have to deal with Jack, because Jack is trying to destroy the island. He's doing something, either he's bombarding the island or I don't know, but he's doing something to Zunisha. So what will they do? I guess we'll find out in the next chapter, but the next chapter is on hiatus, and that's a shame. Maybe I'll do a discussion, but for now, this is the chapter. The story progression and the information that we got again were astonishing, and character development maybe a little there from Momosuke. I don't know. No action this chapter, but again, it was an amazing chapter. So rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a nice day.
Any rational society would either kill me or put me to some use.